Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome again. Today we're going to take a look at a variety of different cage options for the Xtra Edge Pro. These same cages will work for your Action Pro 5. So the issue that I ran into when I first received this camera was that, don't get me wrong, I really like this cage. It is very well thought out. You have good button, connections here. It presses the buttons with no problem. It's easy to take the camera out. You can just pop this little tab here and you can easily remove the camera from the case. You still have access to all of the magnetic connection points, whether you're going to be using this in landscape or portrait. Of course, there's no quarter 20 on here, but for a lot of people, that probably would not be a concern. Now, for a lot of us that are content creators, we're constantly using a variety of different type of mounting options. That's one of the things that we need when it comes to these type of cages for these type of cameras. Now, the first cage that I received was from a company called FitStill. That's this little guy right here. Now, as you guys can see, this is all aluminum versus the plastic of this cage here. It does have a quarter 20. It does have a cold shoe mount. So that within itself kind of takes this little cage to the next level. Quick release, you can just press down here on this little tab, open it up. You guys can see we have this rubberized pad right here that's going to protect the camera. You also have another pad similar to that at the top here for protecting for the button. The button is spring loaded. That's really nice. Clips together, no problems. Metal frame. Accessibility, but it has the 1/4 20 on here, which is right here. And this is going to be great if you want to mount this on a monopod, a tripod, or something, along those lines. And you still have the ability to still connect with your normal quick release for this little cage, which in my mind also is very good. Now, I was sent another cage. And let's break this down quickly first. So this cage here basically turns the Action 5 or the Xtra Edge into more like a little point and shoot camera. It has kind of like a little shutter lever here for a button. It does have the cold shoe. It actually has two. So you have a cold shoe here on the top that you can use if you have this lever in place. Now, if you take this out, like so, then you're going to have an additional cold shoe there as well. Now, the only quarter 20 that you're going to have on here is going to be underneath the handle. So in order to access that, you would actually have to take the handle off of this guy. And you have these two little tabs. It is magnetically connected. And you guys can see we have a quarter 20 under here. And you can still use your quick release on this one as well. Same, accessibility door, as well as your, your power button. You have your shutter button up here, works great. This one, I'm not opposed to this style of lever button, but it just feels a little flimsy sometimes. It feels like it is something that's not going to last a long time, but it does look like it's removable because there's two screws right here. So you probably could replace this if you needed to for some reason. But anyway, this one, all aluminum as well. It doesn't feel as solid as this one. Okay, just to give you an idea. I can actually rattle this one a little bit. Where this one, it has a little bit of give, but it's more solid, okay? Now, again, if you just want to run and gun, run around with a cage and have the accessibility to be able to use it with a little handle, quarter 20, this just pops back on like this. You just want to make sure both of these little tabs are done. And then you don't really even have to put the shutter button on here if you don't want that. Because one of the things I've noticed using the shutter button on here, I will accidentally start and stop recordings because your thumb is going to kind of rest here. And I will sometimes press that by accident, just picking it up and turning the camera on and off. It does come with a little lanyard, little thing here, which is really nice. But honestly, if I could only choose one of these cages for like a run and gun type of scenario, I think, honestly, guys, being honest, I would go with this one. I would go with this one. It's more budget friendly. It's better built in a lot of ways, you know, from what I'm holding here in my hands. And you still have all of those accessibility points. Do you really need this handle? Probably not. And I think in concept, this is a good idea. And I'm not saying that I won't use this cage, because you probably have seen this camera here in this cage quite a bit. But honestly, if I was, you know, buying these cages for myself or recommending someone else to buy these cages, I would point at this one. I would tell them this would be a better option, because you can still add a handle to this cage. You can still add other things to the cage. And most importantly, you're going to be able to, you know, connect a light. You're going to be able to connect a receiver for audio, all of those type of things. That's what really makes the cage just stand out to me, is how flexible they are when it comes to adding your other accessories to it. So that's my little bit of my food for thought on this cage scenario. I know there's a lot of cage videos out there. A lot of people have looked at the Action 5 Pro. The Edge, the Xtra Edge, is new, but honestly, it is just the Action 5 Pro, you know, by another name. So everything fits perfectly. So if you already have a cage, a good cage, I say stick with it, depending on what it is. If you're looking for something for kind of like run and gun, you're going to be, you know, going out with the family, you want more stability, handheld stability. Now that's where this will come in handy if you're trying to really, you know, frame up shots and take photos and video and stuff like that. This might be a little bit more comfortable for some people if you're not attaching this to, you know, some type of monopod or some type of rig where you have a little bit more control. But for me, I just want to be able to quickly mount these cages on things when I'm using these cameras as B cameras or C cameras or whatever it is. I don't want to have to worry about a whole bunch of other things that might not be that important to me at the time. Anyway, guys, I want to do this quick video just showing you guys these 3 options. You're good with the cage that comes in the box. A nice upgrade here. This one, again, it is a very nice cage. I like the feel of the grip. It feels nice in the hands, but if you have to choose between the two and you're on a budget, this one is the cage you want to go with. All right, guys, you'll find all of these accessories down in the comments. I will provide links to my Amazon store if you guys want to get those. You know, it doesn't cost you guys anything extra. It just helps support the channel. And yeah, it just makes it easier for me to create more videos like this. If you like these type of videos, you know, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when the next video goes live. I sometimes can make 4 or 5 videos a day. You guys have been following me. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah. All right, my babies, I will see you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.